play offensive tackle. Derek Zemit is 6'1", 195. He will play quarterback. Andrew Sanoy is 6'1", 210. He can play multiple positions. Terrence Sorian is 6'1". No, I'm sorry, 5'10", 160. He also can play multiple positions. Also, the Commanders, the Commanders cut Zane Gonzalez and signed Matt Gay. He played for the Indianapolis Colts. And then let me get on to I talked about let me talk about the AFC South. I like what Houston did. CG yeah, CJ Stroud gonna have a bounce back year. And I like what they did at receiver. They got the two guys that I wanted. So I like what they did. And their defense gonna keep on getting better. Um you know what? I think the Colts did good because here's why I say that. Because they brought in Daniel Jones. Despite what everybody think about Daniel Jones can play. Daniel Jones can win games. So me personally, what I would like to see them draft Jalen Murrow, yeah. Let me go back to Houston real quick. I think Houston this year can win 11 to 12 games. Yeah, that's about right. And I can see the Colts winning eight. I can see them winning 8 to 9 games because teams are going to be lackadaisical when they play them. They don't think yeah teams not gonna think teams not gonna think that they not that good. They could just run all over them. But that's not gonna be the case. How you doing? Um. So I do see that. And what does I mean? And by them getting Daniel Jones, I think they saying to Anthony Richardson, this your last chance. If you don't get it, then it's on you. Nah, I'm doing good. How you doing? Thanks for asking. Nah, it's not bedtime. But I appreciate you tuning in, Brandon. Pre- Appreciate that. So yeah, I can see the Colts winning 8 to 9 games, maybe even 10. Because like I said, Daniel Jones is an underrated athlete. Um, every time he played us, he had his best game. And it be like that. Players, when they see a certain team on their schedule, they had their best games. Then they go back to not playing so good. But that's here nor there. I have them. Yeah, like I said, when the 9 to 8 games, I can see that. Let me see, Tennessee. Good move by them drafting Cam Ward. Same thing with Will Levis. Um, if you're not, well, they shown that he not the guy. They shown he a backup at this point. So I could see them. Mm, I could see them winning 6 or 7 games. I think they could be. I think they could be 7-10. Yeah, I think they could. I think they could be 7-10. Um, who else? Tennis. I mean, the Jaguars. They had a pretty good. They had a decent off season. They got De'Armond Brown. Shout out to him. Had a good year for us last year. Um, um, I don't know your GoFundMe page, but yeah, let me see. Oh, Jacksonville. Like I said, they had a pretty good, decent off season. Like I said, they got De'Armond Brown had a good year for us. And they had some good talent. It's just it's just that some don't believe in Trevor Lawrence. Some do and some don't. We know how that go. We seen that already. So it's up to him. Should he got paid 50 something million? No, I don't think so because he haven't proven anything. Like I said, I keep on bringing up. Um, what year was that? 2022. They was 9-8. They was no, they was starting out that year. They was 9-1, and then they nosedive at the end of the season. Thank you, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Um, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. But yeah, and I'll also see Houston winning that division. Um, let me go to let me go to the North, man. I'm gonna start with Baltimore first, then work my way up. Um, Baltimore is it's the same thing. You got an older receiver. You got an older receiver, and D Hop. D Hop is on the back. D Hop is on the back now. Y'all should have known that. What y'all should have known. Why would y'all do that? Knowing that when y'all had OBJ, he was at the end of his career. Y'all didn't use him in a playoff run that y'all went on. So, yes, D Hop is still productive. He is, but he's on the back. He's on the back now, and at this point, D Hop is a three. At this point, but on the Raiders, oh, I'm sorry, On the Ravens, he's their one. Yeah, he's their one. So, and then can y'all the Ravens? Can y'all please use Derrick Henry? I saw some games where he was on the sideline for what? Y'all didn't bring him there to to be on the sideline. The man healthy, nothing was wrong with him. Y'all just didn't give him the ball in times where y'all need to. Lamar, I'm gonna need you to take it to another level. I'm gonna need you to take it uh four levels up. The reason I say that, Lamar, you are a good player. You deserve the MVP. They robbed you on. They robbed you from getting the MVP. But when you a good, oh no, I'm sorry. When you when you go up against Josh Allen make few more plays than you do. And I get it when last year when you threw the ball to when you threw the ball to Mark Andrews, yes he fumbled the ball. But before that, when y'all was in the end zone, you throw him a perfect ball, he dropped it. Lamar, your numbers are great in the regular season. You don't you don't step up in the playoffs. You just don't. And I'm not saying you're not a good quarterback because you are, but you need to make you need to make 4 or 5 plays that turn the outcome in your favor. Because, like I said, every time you go up against Josh Allen and Josh Allen make the plays he needs to make. And Lamar, if y'all don't run the ball, tell Tom Monken, hey, Todd, what we doing? We got Dirk Henry right here. We need to run the ball. See, they run the ball against teams that they know don't have good defenses. That's when they run the ball. But when they go up against elite teams, they forget like they had Dirk Henry. Or they forget to say, oh, well we gotta run the ball. And I don't get for the life of me why they go defense. The defense is yeah, it was bad. But get Lamar a number one receiver in the draft for him. That could take his game to a whole nother level. And y'all could have got him, a Jalen Higgins or a Jalen Noble, one of them guys. When see when Lamar need to make when the Ravens need something to happen, and Lamar don't have that go to number one receiver, then that's it. Zay Flowers is a two. See, Baltimore is tight end and defensive driven. And that's their. You could be sure that Baltimore locked those two areas down. But when it's third and beyond, you need somebody to throw to and run after the catch. Um, who else? Man, Cleveland. Man. I know y'all ain't want to draft Shador. I mean, it was all over Andrew Birdface and Stefanski uh Stefanski face. They didn't want to draft Shador. They did. And and Andrew Bird came out at the podium and said, "Oh, he feel bad for Dylan Gabriel. Why you feel bad for him? If he's a competitor, he will compete for the job. Point blank, period. And don't give me that excuse. Andrew Bird and Stefanski talking about something when the cameras zoomed in on y'all. Y'all was tired. No, y'all wasn't. Y'all lying. Y'all ain't want to take your door. Cause if y'all really wanted to take your door, y'all would have been drafted. Who else, man? And Pittsburgh, man. Look what y'all doing, man. Y'all waiting for 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers, man. Aaron Rodgers love the attention, man, that y'all giving him. That whole thing when he was throwing to DK Metcalf, he got a camera person and say, "Hey, film this, film me throwing to DK." And I like Aaron Rodgers, but when you had a chance to draft Shador, y'all should have did it. I mean, man, Will Howard, I haven't seen much of him because I don't watch Ohio State games like that. But I say Will Howard is better than Mason Rudolph. He's better than Skylar Thompson. Who I think had the best draft in the AFC North. I think the Bengals they had they had the best draft out of that group. Now I'm gonna say the Bengals and I'm gonna say the Browns. Far as because they got Dylan Sampson, Harold Fanning. So they got some guys on that end. So I give the Bengals and the Browns credit for what they did. Like I said, the Steelers not so much. And like I said, Aaron Rodgers he love what the Steelers doing. They waiting on him. Basically, Aaron Rodgers right now have the Steelers have the Steelers organization. He have the Steelers organization by the balls. He do. He do. He's like, yeah, I got them. Look what they did. They passed on who they really wanted, and they waiting on me. Now that backfire on the Steelers. I don't want to hear it. I don't. We know Mike Tomlin always going to have a winning record, but at some point, when does the Rooney's get tired of that? Yeah, the Rooney's only had three coaches. I get that, but they a historic franchise. And right now, um, they could have kept Justin Fields. I heard Peter Schrager said when Russell Wilson was there, it didn't end well. Don't know what happened with that. Also, Shiloh Sanders he signed with Tampa Bay. That'll be a good move. Also, um, Gabe Taylor, Sean Taylor brother, will try for the Commanders. So, congratulations to him. Once again, the Commanders cut Zane Gonzalez and signed Matthew Gay. He kicked for Indianapolis Colts last year. Like I said, thanks Will Robertson for the information, and also an article that I read yesterday that Shador Sanders could be cut before the 2025 NFL season began. The guy name was Matthew Matthew Hughes. Yeah, so he wrote that. Um, I'm sending him a shout out. But yeah he could be. So we know that Deshaun Watson you could eliminate him because he coming off of Achilles. Um, Joe Flacco gonna get the reps, the first team reps. Kenny Pickett, yeah, he on the third team. Won the Super Bowl with the Eagles, but he can play. Is he gonna win this? Is he gonna win the starting job? I doubt it. And then I gave of course he gonna get the third, and then so they're gonna get the whatever reps left over. Um, what else I have for you guys? Um, like I always say, I do the NFL spread every week. When college football come back around, I will do the college spread, and I do um What high school players going to your favorite universities? I do that. Oh, let me give you guys some anime, some of my top five anime movies. My first anime movie that I recommend to you guys is Blue Eye Samurai. That's a good one. The other one is the devil may cry. Um, Sakamoto Days. Yeah, Sakamoto Days and the Blood of Zeus. Trying to think of another one. Um, um, and oh, and Hero Mask. Those are my five. Yeah, Hero Mask. That's a good one. So please like, share, and subscribe. Um, if you're a truck driver, subscribe. If you're a student in school, get your work done. Subscribe. Go to Google. Type in Realistic Washington fan, and all my videos come up. If you're a teacher, lawyer, whatever profession you're in, please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family members, tell your gardener, your um, well, your pool guy. You just tell everybody what we're doing over here. I don't want to leave nobody out. But y'all enjoy your afternoon. Don't be something you're not. If you need help, talk to a therapist. You're not weak. You're strong, and you working on your issues. Don't let nobody tell you that you're weak. And always create memories with your family members, and your friends. And with that, I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. I'm out. Y'all have a blessed one. Peace.